to ENGL News at 5. I'm your news anchor, Ashley Reichman. Tonight's top headlines include information on the protests currently happening in downtown Fargo. Zach and Trixie Ecola strongly believe that downtown Fargo has transformed for the worse over the years. Ecola claims that the downtown he once lived in is a completely different place from what it is now, both tangibly and intangibly. We are concluding that the main purpose of the protesters is to open the eyes of Fargo residents to the excessive modernization and gentrification that's negatively affected and is still affecting their community. Mr. and Mrs. Ecola described this negative transformation of downtown Fargo in a sarcastic, accusing, and very dramatic tone by using personal experiences and visualization with the help of ethos and pathos. Their use of ethos and pathos can easily be identified by his repetition of personal experiences and emotional wording throughout the article. Depending on the viewer, the extreme use of ethos and pathos could either add or take away from the protesters' credibility. But because there are no proven facts within the article, it would most likely take away from the credibility. Their attempts at persuading the audience lack any proof of credibility, reasoning, and exact thesis, causing his argument to be ineffective.
Are you ready? Yeah. Thanks, Ashley. Behind me today are people that have been protesting out here downtown for weeks. We don't know how long or what they've been up to, but all we know is that they've been down here protesting. Let's speak to one of them now.
It's me, ma'am! I got a few things to say about this here Fargo.
What do you think of this here Fargo here downtown?
Oh my God! Give me that microphone! Give me that microphone!
It's in my ear.
Never. Someone said Soma to describe the location of Island Park in Fargo, and I couldn't stop myself from laughing. Once I found out what it meant, I'm still laughing. Soma means south of Main Avenue for people too lazy to say all 4 words consecutively. Imagine the alphabet soup was brewed in some cauldron by 3 witches to describe a business and arts district as something intrinsically different than the Hell Gate has become to downtown Fargo. Say that good things have happened to downtown Fargo, and I think they're wrong on the whole, which I acknowledge is not a popular opinion, especially with people who never truly experienced downtown when it was beautiful before it was beautiful. Downtown Fargo used to be a bookstore so messy you could get lost for days, and bums playing guitars on the street and kids cruising on the same Broadway where their parents met, and street art in impossible places, and cheap burgers from the corner drugstore. I was always fearful of losing this when the so-called Renaissance began, figuring Renaissance, a fancy word for replacing the poor and youth and the artists who have meaningful talent with savages who wear ties everywhere and people who vote Republican. God, I miss it all! I miss running on the rooftops of the buildings, screaming poems into the night air. You can't do that anymore, of course, because the building owners locked off the top of their fire escapes, or worse, installed rooftop patios. But also because of the gentrifiers who complain about the noise instead of singing along with us. We used to wander around until the sun came up, then lay in whatever patch of grass we could find, until the record store opened. Then we listened to music in our crappy but incredibly cheap apartments, drinking the macroest of beers, thinking about how terrifying our futures would be as we got older. Now what is this place? An overpriced local skunk beer and dry hamburger. Bars too cute by the half. Condos the size of your old dorm room for the price of an Ivy League education. Downtown, baby. That's an awful slogan. Terrible. Who with the soul wouldn't want to dissociate from all that? It's the kind of phrase creepy old men say to women half their age. Nobody wants to be part of that, except for creepy old men who die alone and be buried in unmarked graves, if that's truly a god in this world. The idea of rebranding isn't worth spreading, but the disease easily transmits over hot air. Into the tawdry and vain invaders, the tech bros who Cathedral District has exactly 1 seat of Catholic bishop, technically downtown, and plenty of non-Catholic residents who permissibly weren't a part of the upstart rebranding committee's backyard barbecue. We're all just renters in these neighborhoods. We're bound to one another, for better or worse. Most of worse, it seems, in an increasingly connected world. The idea of connected, not mine, we seem to be worse at building strong, diverse communities. Probably because they delegated work to the wrong people. The marketers, the public relations, the hangers-ons. These people want to be like with that, like in the same old same. They have zero interest in common ground unless they can dig it up and fill it with empty storefronts. In our city, we can be described as a simplistic, misguided, north of normal hashtag that falls flat when we've failed as a community. To build a city worth a damn. Community is a feeling deep in our bones, not lined on a map. It's generations of tending to the land with care and pride. It's shoveling our neighbors' driveways. It's planting lilacs for those people who appreciate for 80 springs. It's showing up at graduation parties and garage sales and sending flowers and prayers when times are rough. That's the DNA that defines us. It's that manifests as inadequate seeing cargo cult and slogans faraway land developers have imposed on their residents. Then we should silence it immediately. The underlying argument of rebranding assumes the old is worse than the new. We should stand up and take some pride in our frozen little patch of prairie in the face of these usurpers with their insecurities. New isn't always better. In this case, it's comically worse. Part of me wishes the city would flood out if it wouldn't also destroy the library. Wipe the community clean of this awful infestation. Instead, we'll remove the mosquito landings because someone who can't cope with what comes at dusk as their pest. Bitch. But there are remnants of that old downtown left, of course. There's great art to be found if you look behind the right doors. You'll hear kids full of boundless energy shouting into the night if you listen long enough. These people don't need a damned brand, certainly not one as cruel as Soma or Cathedral. They need to be left alone, to grow up and have kids and get miserable professional jobs in cold office buildings and think back on these places and have aches so painful they'll miss it so much that they'll love whatever is left of it. So that they'll cherish it and protect it for their own children. Who'll steal the buildings and haul back into the darkness and mostly do nothing but exist in their neighborhood streets.
These people downtown, Ashley, they have been disturbing very many people downtown. We don't know what's been going on down here. They've been acting like very crazy people. Oh, and the police are down here. They're coming downtown. Okay, back to you, Ashley.
In other news, North Dakota State Bison football team demolished Missoula Grizz in a second round of playoffs. Don't touch me. You're messing up my makeup.
Trixie, come on, get in the shot with me. This one's about us. Fine. Alright, get your head off me, Trixie. What did I say? Unless you use a Garnier shampoo, I don't want that shit near me. Alright, Trixie. It's going, yep. Oh, alright. Alright, maybe wait a minute. Let's wait a minute. Alright, before my tape, can you get my good side? You know, like, from here on up, I've been doing some squats lately, and I'd appreciate if you could incorporate my rear end in the camera view. You know what I'm saying? By squats, you mean getting up from the couch? Oh, Trixie, you're just jealous. Oh. You wish you looked like Nicki Minaj. Oh, I wish you would go. No. You can keep it going. Redo. Take two. I gotta find it. Okay. Fucking go out here. Take 3. We're bound to one another, for better or worse. I just said the wrong fucking line.
gentrification that's negatively affected.
Gentrification. You're like nodding your head.
Gentrification.
You can do it.
I'm like saying it in my head. Okay, gentrification.
Yep.
Gentrification.
Gentrification.
What?
Gentrification.
Gentrification.
She's got some nice hair, giving me a ride back to my little apartment downtown. Oh, there she goes. You want to go and get a hamburger after this here interview? Tell me, you got mighty fine smelling hair, and I was wondering if you wanted to go to Burger King with me. If you didn't mind.
I already ate. I'm sorry.
Oh, all right, miss. I understand. I was just trying to be that good Fargo resident I've always been known to be until this dang place changed for the worse. You know what I'm saying, Jesse?